Hey everyone,
Look ready.
thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It is the Wednesday show, and 'twas the Wednesday before Christmas Eve. We are excited to be here, wearing our, festive red and green that we have going on for you. And of course, happy to bring you everything that's going on within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle to close out 2025. But first, let's cue the theme song. That theme song does kind of have a Christmas jolly tune to it, I would say,
Yeah.
that we've got going. So it seems festive. Anyone watching, feel free to let us know in the chat who you are, or where you're watching from, or of course, let us know if you are having anything fun going on for your holiday season, Christmas, happy Hanukkah, of course. I'll just pull this up real quick. Do you have any fun traditions that are noteworthy that you'd like to share, or something quirky that your family does, or something cool about where you live that they do for Christmas, as far as what makes real estate prime in your area? We'd love for you to share that with us. We appreciate any of you watching. And I guess we'll just introduce ourselves real quick. I'm Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. Happy to be on the stream for you. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney. And the Brady Bunch Square next to me.
Hi, I'm Sue Koptiev with Florida in Motion Realty. They call me Aurora, and we welcome you tonight. Happy holidays.
Yes. Hello, and I'm Virginia Carlson, also with Florida in Motion Realty. And yep, we're happy to have you here on our show before the holidays really come into full swing. So stay tuned for a great discussion.
Awesome. So I just want to, as people are jumping into the stream here, we just kind of like to start things off with something light or something Disney oriented. And so, Virginia, you found a cool update about attractions coming for Disney's future.
Yes. So over at Hollywood Studios, there's going to be a Monsters, Inc. land. And part of that is going to have the Monsters, Inc. ride, which is a really cool roller coaster. It's the first ever suspended roller coaster at any of the Disney parks. So the roller coasters at Disney are kind of catching up to the other theme parks in the area that have these cool suspended, and as you can see in that picture, the suspended roller coaster. And this is a really cool, they've been talking about this ride a lot. I guess the creators and the people who are involved in the movies, they really wanted to kind of create a roller coaster that embodies like the whole, like going through the doors, like the door vault in the movies. And so that's what this is. Yeah, it looks super cool. It looks really fun. This is what this is going to be. It's going to take you on an adventure through the Monsters Inc. door vault, and it has a vertical lift, and it just looks really cool. They've been kind of talking it up. I guess there was a conference where they were talking about all the new cool things they were doing, and they're just sharing some little details about the Monsters Inc. coaster, which is definitely going to be a huge hit over at Hollywood Studios. So we'll keep you updated and definitely look forward to that.
The premise of Monsters Inc. was always just so creative. It was just Disney and Pixar at their finest. And some people have like commented that like, oh, Monsters Inc., that movie's not new. Why would they bother with that? And it's just like, you forget that these attractions, like Small World and Dumbo and the Alice in Wonderland teacups and everything, like these are movies from like the 40s and 50s that have like stayed perennially relevant. It's like, so yeah, just because Monsters Inc.'s like 20 years old, like it's going to be in the company of attractions based on movies that are like going on 80, 90, 100 years old. So like,
well, Monsters
Inc.
I mean,
they're definitely going to take go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the Monsters Inc. Movie, it's kids still want to watch it even if it's 20 years old. Like the storyline is just so creative, like you said, and really cool. So it definitely is one of those that has staying power. Yeah,
for sure.
It is like, I think it's one of the first ones I remember that was a Disney cartoon that parents could take the kids to, and there was parental humor that was clean, but it wasn't. It would just go right by the kids, but it was funny, and it's a classic.
like the
Still one of my
abominable
favorites.
snowman scene that I won't describe. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stuff. It's a good one.
Very,
Yeah.
very fun. Yeah, looking forward to that. Always love to, get a new reason to go to Disney and have something to check out, add something else.
Yeah.
It's like they say, like, you at least need to go twice to Disney in your life, besides the people who come here and we still live here. Like once when you are a kid and once with your kid at the very least. And then it'll be a totally different experience set on both ends of that. So awesome. Yeah, glad to keep us in the loop about all things Disney itself, not just near Disney. So I will pull up this other article that you found, Sue, that's a really positive update about being an educator in Florida, especially if you're thinking of moving here and doing that with your career.
Yeah, there are, Florida has not been, in the forefront as far as base salaries for teachers. And I found this article that they have decided they are going to raise that minimum pay, that starting wage for teachers from, I think it was in like right around 40,000 a year. It's now going up to $47,500. And so while that's not a huge jump, it's a great start.
As a
And
percentage,
yes, and it tells us that our local government is really working to make teaching, something that you can do as for a living, and actually it's a living wage. And I've had quite a few people ask me about, if I move to Florida, how does it look for me as a teacher, or for instance, my daughter as a counselor? There's states that pay a lot more, but we have so many other benefits that, I would never go back to a cold state, or a cold and wet state. Even if it did cost me more to live here, I would stay here. So this is just really encouraging news. And I was, my husband sent it to me. He finds all these great little articles about Florida and real estate. So,
and then we share them with you, the viewer.
Yeah. So it has definitely moved us up on the number notch, way higher than we were before. So,
and in addition to being pursuing a career in teaching, it's also parents want to know that their schools are funded well, and it says that more is being put into education budgets and boosting the salaries of early career teachers. So that's great for if you're just getting into it, maybe at like a kindergarten or whatever level or elementary school, just starting out, you can still feel like you're getting compensated. So that's awesome. And I'll just pull this up here real quick. Still a chance to share us in the chat or any comments about what you're doing for the holidays. We do have a comment here saying, great team, love that we have a hometown hero program for teachers too. Thank you for bringing that up, Kim. Kim, we do a lot to incentivize, even like when it comes to a teacher wanting to get a home near to the school where they work, and hometown heroes lending programs can help with that, so that you're not one of those people who has like a do all you can to avoid like a hour-long commute to the work before and after. So that's good. Get the neighborhood that you want in the school that you want at a better pay.
Yeah. So Dune Buggy he's for it says, what are you doing for fun for the holidays? He's been at Disney Springs a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm expecting him to show up on our doorsteps with presents at some point. I'm just throwing that out there.
Thank you so much, Dune Buggy Jim, for commenting again and watching.
We love your comments.
We do I'm gonna pull this up. We do have our phone numbers listed on the screen the whole time, not our addresses. So don't need to show up and knock on our door. But the line really is open to you, because we know that we give you this opportunity to engage with us in the chat and the comments when this stream's over. Any real estate questions or Central Florida questions, you can reach out to us by phone as well. We're so happy to hear from you when you do that.
Yes. And
Virginia, you found another cool article that was kind of about where we are at the end of the year, going into 2026 for buyers' preferences in this home market. So you found something from FloridaRealtors.org on that?
Yeah, so this is just kind of like an overview of what people are desiring, like in their dream home. And like Elijah, like you were just saying, people want to look at, the neighborhood, the commute time, all that stuff is very important. And so all those things factor into what makes a dream home. And in this survey done, the most popular, so we'll start here, and this is just interesting to see what people are interested in buying, what they think is going to make their home the most desirable and useful to them. And so the most popular style of home is a ranch style.
So you're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Story.
Sue, are you hearing a little bit of a stutter?
And again,
Virginia?
Yeah, it's pausing a lot. Yeah.
And this is a wish for people. They say over 2,000 square feet,
Virginia, sorry, we seem to have lost your feed a bit on that. So if we'll just kind of, I'll just start it kind of covering over it for you here. But yeah, sorry, folks, a little bit of technical difficulties. But yeah, that we've definitely got some shifts in buyer preferences here that include people just wanting to get value for an increase in the average cost of home, especially the thing that it's like $52,000 to renovate a house in this market, ranging from just over $19,000 more to more than $88,000 depending on the project and the square footage. So people are very interested in homes that are have some progress on renovated, especially if they are not newer builds. That's always the thing to do. That's proactive. Right. That is crazy. 43% said they would choose a custom home if money were no object. So if there's something unique about your floor plan, if there's something special about just like the layout that can stand out in a neighborhood that might be like more cookie cutter, that's great. Yeah, so sorry that we lost Virginia there. I think she just experienced some technical difficulties and dropped off of the stream. Something, we'll get her back if she can jump in. Maybe sometimes just unplug it and plug it back in, or leave the stream, come back. She has the ability to jump back in if her computer's going to let her. But yeah, sorry she froze up on us there. But I will throw it back. Over to let's just see, is she saying that she's trying to get back in? She's trying to get back. Good. Happy to see it. We'll if she jumps back in, perfect. Oh, here we go. She's in the lobby and
dun, dun, dun.
Hello. Ooh, hold on.
Oh no,
Virginia, are you with us? We need a Christmas miracle.
Well, while we're waiting for Virginia, I showed Elijah. These are my 8 tiny rain ducks.
Ha! That's awesome. That is awesome. I love this who has this whimsical spirit. It's just so befitting of our holidays here.
Yeah, it's the only way to be. Life is too short.
Rain ducks. That's gold.
My husband loves ducks, and so that's why I got the shirt. He's a big duck person.
Okay, that's fun. All right. As Virginia tries to see if she can join us again, we understand, can't help technical difficulties. Speaking of tech, though, I will kind of like bring up this article that I found that was called like saving energy during the holiday season, which is like something that factors into the home sale purchase process more than you think, even for the holidays. Because this past month, we've had transactions where the buyer went to the seller and asked to review electric bills. for Florida, because they like, we have a reputation of being the sunshine state, and all of the, the snowbirds who are coming back to us this season to, enjoy our warmth and enjoy our sunshine. But sometimes people wonder, how does that factor into the cost during like some of the summer months, and how does that compare to winter months? And sometimes like they will get a gauge of the winter months as in like, okay, this is when the electric bill should be lower. But then all of a sudden you're realizing like, wait, it is also kind of Christmas when everyone has their gadgets and lights and decorations plugged in. And so if you're trying to sell your house, that can be a factor, is all that we're saying. And if you want to like, get ahead of that conversation, just maybe here are some tips to be able to do that. Oh, hey, Virginia, we got you back. Can we hear you?
Oh, there she is.
I can hear you. Sorry about that. I don't know.
Yay.
It just
Perfect.
That's okay.
kicked me out.
And
Welcome,
you pushed back in. Yay.
Yeah.
Says, all the fun can be as much as 28% more energy. And so, when it comes to energy saving tricks, these range from like more to less extreme, but just, it's all just something that you can take to heart for like your own personal household. Lower the thermostat before you start that party. Planning a party or two, you're lowering the thermostat a couple of degrees before your guests arrive. The extra heat from the oven or a few extra bodies can make up for the lower temperature. I have not yet turned on my heater this season. There were 2 instances where it was tempting. There was like one evening or morning where I was like, it's a little chilly, but I did kind of muddle through and have yet to have turned it on. So that's one thing. No bake recipes or do all your baking at once. That one's where it's like, okay, let's not be total Ebenezer yet. No. My baking, holiday baking is, come on. You can't put a price on those treats and those memories.
No,
if you can find a way to budget, that is interesting. Like do it all at once. But load your dishwasher before you run it fully. Don't just willy-nilly with dishes here and there. Pre-treat laundry stains or use cold water. Screens, limit your screen time and enjoy family. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one actually, that we see this in our listings often. Timers on the lights in your homes. So it's like sometimes they're just set. The glow from the electric fireplace, or some of the mood lighting, or some of the decorating, where like in my house there's like elves coming alive and pretending to be working in the workshop, constantly moving, and certain lights going on. It's like there's only really a real time of the day when people are going to enjoy that. And if you like leave your house and forget to shut it off, these kinds of devices can just kind of take care of that for you as a habit. Because they can, it says, or LED lights as well, switching to LEDs can use 80% less energy than standard light bulbs. It's a real thing, and it makes a real noticeable difference in the electric bill that you can provide to a buyer who's like going to want to see how much electricity your house is using, especially if it's a bigger house. People kind of get weirded out about that. Or even like one of the reasons that they're asking is because Florida, like some homes that they'll see is like, oh, these have single pane windows. And I have been led to believe that double pane windows will conserve more energy, or let less heat in or that are out, So that's just something to factor in. Not necessarily the case depending on where your home is situated, but it is a factor. And this thing says, don't let phantom power haunt you. So there's like things that are always using electricity. You may forget that just because they're plugged in or they're not being on or used doesn't mean that they're not still using a little bit of electricity. Phone chargers, coffee makers, small appliances. There can be a standby or phantom power that can, use energy when you don't realize it, and it can add up. A lot of almost every outlet in my house has something plugged into it at this time, and probably doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
A lot going on over there.
I'm still waiting to see some of the elves doing this and working in the workshop. So you'll have to take a little video and show us.
They're pretty cute. They're pretty cute. It's kind of like that scene in Home Alone where he's got like the whole fake party going on, and there's like somehow Michael Jordan at his house.
I know.
On a choo-choo train.
So good.
Well, so let us know if you have any energy saving tips that weren't mentioned in that article as well in the comment section, or if you've seen LED lights make a big difference in your own household. Have you made the
Well,
switch yet?
the LED lights also last a really long time.
They do.
So much more so than a regular standard light bulb. So, I mean, if that's another good reason to replace them with that. You only have to do
And
it
don't
every
forget,
years.
even we're not in a super cold climate, but when it does drop below 70, or 68 in your home, don't forget to, in the wintertime, to switch the direction of your ceiling fans, because that will help keep that heat down where you are, and warm the house up a little bit. So
Good reminder, Sue.
Yes.
Thank you. So this came up. I know there's some people who worship this place or big fans. I very much like it myself. Trader Joe's opening a new location near Walt Disney World. They were announcing kind of two, but this one's the closer one. Walt Disney World guests and just locals will be able to do their grocery shopping at Trader Joe's, a new location in the works for Kissimmee, Florida, kind of where Celebration, where our office operates, is less than 10 miles from Walt Disney World property. Growth Spotter reports that the North American Development Company, which owns the Loop West Shopping Center in Kissimmee, filed plans with the city and South Florida Water Management District for a new 12,500 square foot grocery store north of JCPenney. The proposed size and layout of a regular Trader Joe's. So basically, we could be getting one pretty darn close to us at the Loop, and
that's good.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, some people, they don't just only go to Publix, like they check out Aldi, which is kind of nearby on 192, or Costco, which is it's one of those relatively close. But like Trader Joe's would just be awesome, because the one that I would go to is like in the Dr. Phillips area.
Yeah, it's in Sand Lake.
Yeah, in Sand Lake. That's when I have a reason to go to Trader Joe's, I go there. And it would be nice if it was this little bit closer. I would go more often and enjoy their trendy, cool stuff.
Yeah,
I've had several clients ask me, tell me that that's one of the things they want to be close to when they're looking for a home here, is Trader Joe's. So so that's great.
Yep.
That is really good news. I love them too.
Yeah, if you got a favorite item at Trader Joe's that you recommend, let us know in the chat or the comments, please, because like there's so many unique things that I always want to try, and you just never know what's worth doing it. If there's one you want to stick your neck out for that you can only get there, or that's the easiest way to get it, let us know. I personally like that cookie butter that they do. It's like peanut butter, but made with like the taste of cookies.
I forgot about that. Okay. Ooh.
One more thing I will pull up here. So this Wednesday is December 17th. The next Wednesday is Christmas Eve, and the Wednesday after that is going to be New Year's Eve. Right. So this is actually going to be the last Wednesday stream for for 2025. Stay tuned to Near Disney for other updates and days. We appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe. There will be more content, but just as far as the Wednesday show, we will see you at the start of January. And that's why we will cover at least a New Year's Eve article here that just says that, reminds you that Disney Springs is a cool place to celebrate New Year's Eve. We will not be going live. We're not going to cramp your style on Christmas Eve and New Year's. We wouldn't presume that you would rather do that than be with your family. But Disney Springs is a great place to go. Magic without the fuss of theme parks and theme park like paying to park and all that stuff. Right. Basically, you can have a great time here. Reservations not required to visit Disney Springs. Parking is free and entrance is free, and they've got a good amount of parking, more than when I first got here. Yeah. They added those garages. And then just as a reminder here, this is from OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Great place to go in and see what's happening in Orlando, especially for each holiday season. And this is a nice little compilation here of the nicer restaurants in Disney Springs if you don't just want to visit their website. STK, Summer House is a relatively newer one that's very good. The Edison, where they put on like a 1920s flappers like show for you like while you're dining. Raglan Road was like voted like the best theme park restaurant period, like within the past year or two. Boathouse is great, so you can sit out on the water and look at the fun little 1950s themed car boats that go by. Wine Bar George, great place to wine.
Amphibious.
Yeah.
The amphibious cars.
Yes,
There's also, oh, go ahead.
No, you're I'm just laughing.
There's also, if anybody's interested in wanting to check out the new hotel at Epic, Helios, they are, if you go on eventbrite.com, they are selling tickets to New Year's Eve for the hotel. You know, you don't have to stay there, but they're selling tickets, and there'll be events and activities going on. You could go up to the rooftop bar and, you know, look out over Universal. It really is spectacular when all the lights are going crazy out there, and just to get a bird's eye view. It's like having fireworks, except you're looking down on them instead of up. And,
cool.
But it's very cool.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Okay. Well, that's all that we got for you this last Wednesday of the 2025 New Year Disney. But, you know, we're going to go full force into 2026 to grow this channel and bring you more great content and more great coverage. You know, please, if you've ever just been kind of casually tuning into us, we invite you, please subscribe. We're only going to get better and have more awesome updates. It's just amazing how much Orlando keeps coming up in the news for being special and for being desirable and attractive, and that we're blessed to be in a place where like a lot of new construction is still happening versus like some of these like northern areas where, you know, they've been kind of as developed as much as they can be.
Right,
so, you know,
right.
Florida is growing and modernizing and expanding and doing so much to be, you know, continue to be the #1 place people are moving to in the country.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with us all year and for liking us and supporting us, and, you know, all your encouragement. And, you know, like Elijah said, hit the like buttons and subscribe, and we will be back. Guy, 2 weeks, that's a long time. I'm not sure I like that.
That's why I definitely save our phone numbers. Save our phone numbers on stream.
Yes.
That you can, that we don't just, you know, lose our availability to you. If you want to know anything about us,
we're still here.
Take that down. We're not taking a 2-week vacation right now.
No,
we're
not at all.
Diving into our real estate. In fact, I got a closing this week, and happy to be on that, and happy to continue to talk to you about your buying and selling needs. So with that, I think we'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to sign us out. So take care.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.